we all get caught in the heat of an emotion.
It's true.
And want to say what we shouldn't, want to do what we should. I'm going to tell them, I'm going to snap on them, I'm going to pop off,
Yeah.
you know. And leaders aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
If we can't lead us, we should not be leading them. Every single person, I believe, is called to some realm of leadership. And today, we're going to talk about the pains of leadership and the pitfalls of leadership. So don't go anywhere. Hit that share button, give it a thumbs up, and let me hear from you in the comment section down below. Let's dive in. Let's go. Let's jump into this. We're going to talk about leadership in ministry, leadership in life, the pains of leadership, the pitfalls of leadership.
Sounds like fun.
And it's going to be kind of raw for a little bit, but it's going to help people.
Okay. Let's go.
Question number 1 is, what is one lesson that you wished every young leader knew that could help them out when they're in pain in leadership?
Can you answer it first?
So I would say that there is no such thing as leadership without pain, whether it's a lack of understanding pain. Some people can't get to the next level because they don't know how to get there.
Yeah.
And they can't even see that they're being blocked by their own ignorance.
Yeah.
So I think that is a thing.
Yep.
I don't think a lot of leaders process in today's world the right way. Maybe I shouldn't say a lot, but a chunk of them don't.
I think a big part of why they don't process the right way is because they don't ask for help too.
That's really good.
I think it's very advantageous for leaders, especially in ministry, to get help whatever help they need, to get the help they need, because we tend to put everything on us and then just keep it here. And we have no outlet for where that needs to go. So that's why we bleed on people that didn't cut us. That's why we make rash decisions sometimes, because we're reaching for different things and trying to make things better. And I think a big part of that is because we don't get the help that we need to.
Yeah.
From either mentorship or counseling, or obviously you go to the Lord in prayer, all of those sort of things. But I think a healthy leader is what is... And I feel like we need to do our due diligence to be a healthy leader. Yeah. That's what I feel like.
What do you do as a leader that helps you grow health in your leadership role?
Well, this year I have been extremely locked in on making sure I actually take my full day off. So with
You're pretty good about that.
with my Sabbath day, I'm not doing anything else. From if anybody hits me up or whatever the case may be, if they need something church work related, I will usually be like, yep, I'll get to that tomorrow, or when I'm back in the office, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you even tell me stuff ministry related on my actual day
ignore me
off.
on those days?
And I will not ignore you. I just am like, hey, will you text that to me so I can remember that for tomorrow, because I'm not doing it today. Yeah. But I feel like that's been a good boundary for me to just tap out, because otherwise for me and you, ministry is 24/7. It's always thinking of what's next. There's always a Sunday really coming. There's always a Wednesday coming. Yeah. So I feel like for me, it's just zoning out and just having a chill day is very advantageous.
Yeah. Whether you're in church or you're in business, if you work at McDonald's, there's levels of leadership at McDonald's. You have managers, assistant managers, you have general managers, you have owners. And so anywhere you go in life, in the home, there's different levels of leadership. You know, the Bible said the husband is the head. And of course, in today's culture, it's almost a fight, because it seems like the children are trying to be the head in leadership at the home when they're not supposed to be there. So what I'm about to say, I think can work on all levels of leadership.
Sure.
A lot of times in today's culture, people are processing on social media.
Yeah, that's
They'll
so
hit the
true.
record and go live on social media and vomit their processing emotions about leadership, pain on social media. And of course, I just want to tell you that's completely unhealthy. And especially when they do it in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
That's not the place where you should be processing.
Yeah.
I told the church yesterday, when you are
so
in
good.
pain,
Yep.
you should push pause.
Yep. Ponder.
And pause, ponder, proceed.
proceed.
Those are the three
Yep.
P's of processing pain.
That was so good.
Thank you, babe. And of course, I didn't pay her to say that. She's genuinely saying that. And when you pause and you don't react immediately, because it's an immature person who immediately reacts when they get wounded.
Yeah. Because that's human nature.
That's human nature. We
Like
want to
somebody
react.
hurts you, you want to react. You want to go, whatever the level may be. You get irritated, you get frustrated, you want to cry, you want to pop off. Any of those things, that's normal.
In our culture, I think social media is teaching people that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
You can just react.
Yeah, but as Christians,
But as a Christian person and as a leader, that's not the way to do it.
correct.
I've told people in our leadership team before that the word respond comes from the word responsibility. And if you're going to be a responsible leader, you have to learn how to respond responsibly.
That's good. Yeah.
And so the first thing, if you're in pain, you should do as a leader, whether you have a parental pain or you have you're a CEO and you have 50 employees around you that have been backstabbing and trying to climb the corporate ladder to make them better while the team is suffering. That's painful.
Sure.
Whether it's you have been there as a friend and that friend betrays you and hurts you, the first thing you need to do is pause. And the reason why you need to pause is because today's pauses are tomorrow's protections.
Yeah, that was so good.
And what that basically means is if you pause in the situation when you're feeling the most pain and you ponder it, that's the second P. You need to take a time to just reflect on what happened. Even the book of Psalms, after David spills his guts to the Lord, Selah.
Yeah.
Just ponder this for a minute, pause and ponder.
Yeah.
It's important because we all get caught in the heat of an emotion and want to say what we shouldn't, want to do what we should. I'm going to tell them, I'm going to snap on them, I'm going to pop off, you know. And leaders aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
If we can't lead us, we should not be leading them.
Ooh, that's good.
And so we have to pause because it will protect our future if we don't react.
Yeah. And people are watching you.
People are watching us. And babe, how many times, I know for me, I could give you a list. I regret some decisions I made.
Same. Yeah.
Where I popped off.
Yeah.
And I should have just held on to that.
And people seen it.
People seen it. And you can't ever get that back.
You can't take it back. You can apologize, which is healthy. I think people on our teams, it's good for people to see us apologize as well. We own it.
That's important to do that.
100. You own your own mistakes. It's very important to do that. But you can't take back what they saw either. You can apologize for it. But something you teach all the time is you lead with your word, you lead with integrity, and we have to do better,
I think in today's world too, because how unapologetic leaders are.
That's true.
I'm just going to say what I want to say, and I don't care what nobody thinks.
Or it's their way or the highway.
It's my way or the highway. I don't care what you think.
Yeah, and we don't want just yes people on our teams.
That's a very narrow-minded person. And talk about what you just said. We don't want just yes people. What does it look like to not just have yes people on our team?
It's staffing your team with different opinions, different
which we definitely
cultures,
have that.
different generations, all of the above, where people don't think just like you, and you staff for your weaknesses. What you're not strong in, somebody else on our team is strong in, and I think that's important. We'd all think alike. You are. For our church, you are our visionary. You are the head of the church. So what you say ultimately goes. But I love the fact that you, especially the longer we've done ministry, you're very intentional with asking our team, hey, what do you think about this? Or you guys figure it out and let me know. Because I think it's important that you've learned to take your hand out of some things so that way other people can grow and develop what God has gifted them to do.
That's really good.
And I think that that's important too.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
Yeah.
So to answer the question about how would we encourage a young leader who's in pain?
Yeah.
Pain is normal.
It is.
If you're not feeling pain, you're not leading right.
That's true.
We talked about a minute ago, unapologetic leadership. I think you should have apologetic leadership style in your leadership role.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's really pride why leaders and ego.
Yeah.
Why leaders don't want to admit, hey, I was wrong here. I missed this.
That's true.
And if there's too much of you, can they see Christ in you as a leader? And if not, then you need to flip the script.
Yeah, Absolutely.
And leadership is full of pain. You're going to make mistakes. You're dealing with people. Whenever you have people, you have problems. That's what Pastor, he says that a lot. You know, as leaders, you're calling the shots.
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way. It sounds kind of harsh, but really you're setting the vision.
Yeah, you're setting the example.
And that's the standard.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with, I mean, we have like, how many people on our team, honey? 127?
Yeah, on our dream team.
On our dream team. So there's 4 levels of leadership there, including me. Well, no, not including me. There's 5. And that trickles down. The anointing flows from the head down to the shoulders, down the beard, down the shoulders. And whenever you have people, there's all different kinds of opinions. And so when you set the standard as a leader, and those under you may not agree with what you're asking of them because of cultural issues, how they were raised issues, their own life experiences, their own pain, then it can cause contention.
That's true.
And boom, there you have pain. And so if you're leading and you're bleeding, then you are leading correctly.
For sure.
If there's pain there, then you're leading right.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but some of the time.
For sure.
So what happens when we get there? We pause, we ponder, and then we proceed with maturity.
Yeah, moving forward.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to add?
That was great.
Okay.
Wow.
Question number 2. Let's see here. What has been the most stretching season of your ministry? Do you want to talk about that, or should I go to the next question?
Whatever you want to
And what
talk.
did it teach you?
17 years of ministry, going into our 18th years. I mean, every year is something different and teaches me something different. I think the biggest thing for me is as I've gotten older, I feel like some things just don't matter like they did. And I used to hear
really
my
good.
parents always say stuff like, because in my family, there's 2 different generations.
Yeah.
Me and my older brothers, and then there's a 10, almost 11-year gap, and then there's the younger 3. And I could remember my parents teaching the younger 3 different than how they taught the older 3. The standard was still the same, but they just were more laid back. They didn't care as much. And I would be like, how'd they get away with that? How can my sister, tell you that and you're fine with it? Yeah. And they're like, sis, it just doesn't matter the older you get. And as I get older, I'm realizing even in ministry, like people are people.
Yeah.
No matter where you go, in ministry and not ministry, I've learned to lower my expectations of people because I'm gonna get frustrated. I'm gonna get hurt. Fill in the blank. They are too. But if I lower my expectations and sometimes just learn to let things just roll off, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah. At the end of the day, I love Jesus, and I'm gonna do what I need to do to try to see as many people get to heaven. And if you said something yesterday in service that was so powerful. If it doesn't have anything to do with my destiny, then leave it alone.
Yeah.
And so I've learned like the little things just don't matter. And different seasons where, things would rise up in the church and you would feel like the biggest crisis of our life, here we are years later, still standing,
Still here.
Still walking it out, still loving Jesus, loving God's people, still praising, preaching, and empowering. That's what we do. Yeah. And I feel stronger today about it than I ever have. But it's just a different season for me too. Like things don't bother me like they used to. I really genuinely always want to walk in the joy of the Lord. Yeah. And every day, like I know his mercies are new every day. So what bothered me yesterday doesn't necessarily have to bother me today.
That's good.
So learning to let things go and just move forward. If it doesn't mess with my destiny, I'm out.
So I would say in response, that's really
and we're
good.
Totally 2 different people when it comes to this, about our outlooks on how we think.
Yeah. Super good answer.
Thank you.
And I don't think there's a wrong answer because it's 2 different people. So I would say, like for me, I know the question said what's been the most stretching season of your ministry and what did it teach you? The most stretching season of our ministry was loss and pain for me. Because as a shepherd, I genuinely love those I love. And pull close to those I care about.
Yeah.
And when situations arise that cause pain in those relationships, it is crushing.
Yeah.
But over 17 years of crushing in those areas, I have learned that I had to ask myself this question. This is good for any leader. And talked about apologetic leadership a minute ago. if a person as a leader hurts you, accuses you,
Yeah.
says things about you, an immature leader, well, let me back up. A mature leader seeks for the truth. An immature leader seeks for an audience. So if you're a mature leader,
really good.
you should seek for truth.
Yeah.
I said a little different yesterday, but in this moment, it works right here.
Yeah, it's great.
As a mature leader, you should say, what in this did I do wrong? And is their accusation right?
Yeah. That's important. Always looking at your part in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of leaders, we're number one leaders. I don't mean that number two leaders are bad, but we're in the world you would call that like a CEO or a
Sure.
CFO or the president, So that doesn't just work in this seat.
Right. Works in all seats.
It works in all seats. So now what I do, if I come to a conversation with somebody, this is what I've learned to do. And they say, you really hurt me when, or you really confused me with this. I will listen to what they're saying and own it.
Yeah.
Well, you're the pastor. You don't have to own. Yes, you should be owning if you're the pastor.
100%.
You should be taking full responsibility for the things, even the little things you do
Yeah.
that could cause hurt or harm towards somebody. You should own those things and work on them
Yeah.
to become a better leader. That's all. Leadership's all about growing and becoming better. And so those are things I think that I took away from the stretching moments of leadership.
Yeah.
We've been doing this. I've been doing this full time 27 years.
Yeah. You're about to come into your third
My
decade.
goodness. And I've been a senior leader for 17, but an assistant for 10 before that.
Yeah.
And so 27 years I've been doing this, dealing with people. And I wish I would have known that principle
Yeah.
when I first started out in ministry, because then I was so defensive.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what? We ain't what? Wait, what? And that was all a protective mechanism
Yeah.
from trauma that I experienced as a
you ain't
kid.
gonna get close to me.
Yeah, you ain't getting close to me.
Yeah, no.
So in those moments, we have to be careful that those, I'm talking to some people who are wanting to become better leaders.
Yeah.
You have to be careful that those triggers of someone saying, hey, you did this, that you don't put up walls as a mechanism
Right.
today from today's triggers
Yeah.
because of yesterday's traumas.
Right.
And that's what I've had to learn over all these years of leadership of, okay, what part of what they're saying is actually the truth?
Yeah.
Is there any truth to what they're saying?
Yeah.
Some things I'll never change about myself because it's who God designed me to be.
That's true.
But some things I don't need everything that I have.
Yeah, absolutely.
We should be dying to self daily. And I think that's really hard for some senior leaders to do. I don't know. What do you think in the comments? What do y'all think about that?
I think that's hard for anybody.
Well, I thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope that something my sweet girl and I said empowered you and caused you to stand up as a leader. And we're gonna conclude for today, but we're gonna continue this conversation next week. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you share. I want to hear from you down below. What'd you think about today's podcast? I hope it was a blessing to you, and I'll see you next time.